Hi, everybody. I wanted to film a few of my favorites. This is this really thin green plate. It's really smooth. But it has this like face shape. Eye, forehead, nose, the jutting chin. And then I wanted to film this one again that I think was a net stone. It looks like it was wrapped. All the way around. See those indents? And it slopes down at the front here, but it's a very uniform shape. See how it slopes down there? And then on the bottom, you can see how it was like thrown in the water and then dragged out. Like, so when it was dragged out, see how it would scrape and it would leave these like really cool scraping marks, but it's smoothed down, so smooth, like glass. And then this is like a really cool indent. So that's, and there's one outside that I think it was connected to. It's like a same shape, has similar markings and stuff. It's out back right next to where I found this one. But I think that was a net stone. And then I quickly wanted to show these ones again. That reminded me of the Pac-Man ghost. The way it's shaped, and see the eyes and the eye, like it just reminds me of the Pac-Man ghost. But then look. And I found this one too. Similar shape, Pac-Man ghost. But this one really reminds me of like the end knob of a bone. And it sits perfectly up like that. And then I've talked about this one before, saying I thought it was a bean. But I'm wondering if it's some kind of like a reptilian egg that petrified. The shape of it really reminds me of either a snake egg or something like that. But, and then this one kind of reminded me of like a little lima bean. And then this one freaked me out for a second. I thought, is this a tooth or is it a kernel of corn? But it's a stone, like it's, okay, can I get it to focus? The front of it right here just reminds me of a front tooth. But also of a kernel of corn. It's not really coming across. I can't get it to focus. There, see how it's like, it's this flat face right there. It reminds me of a tooth. But it's like all cracked. I don't know. Just a couple more. It's just these really pretty ones. This is really smooth right here. And it's like turquoise and peach. And then the edges, right there, has been napped. There's a bit of tool napping right there. So I was wondering if this was some kind of a scraping tool, because that's a really smooth edge for like your finger. And it reminded me of this one. That's also really beautiful. And it goes down to this really thin edge. But it also has this really smooth spot, like for your fingers. And then this one, I've shown it before because it had all these lines. But now that I've been looking at it, I can see a profile and like a really pretty headdress, like the nose sticking out. And then watch on this side. Profile, headdress. Like a lion. But that one's definitely been carved. And then this one I wanted to talk about again. When I first found it, I thought it was like a pear. It has this like weird stem part up here sticking out the top. And it's got a flat back here. And it made me think this pear had like was resting like that and then petrified. But now that I've found some I think are organs, I was wondering if this could be an organ. And this one that I thought looked like a snake head. I'll show. There's an eye in here. And it has these like nostrils at the front. And then another eye over here. So Watch on the bottom. You can see its fangs. They've curled up. And you can even see the venom chamber. I thought it was agate bands. But now I can tell that it's fangs, and this is like the bottom part of its jaw under here. You can see venom chambers in these fangs. Isn't that crazy? This is a damn, or sorry, this is a darn snake head somehow. Like, how is that explained? And there's this like really weird hard bit right here. Right there. And it looks like it has some damage there. But how can that be explained? And then I just really quickly wanted to talk about this tiny little effigy of a porcupine or a hedgehog. It's been all pecked out on the bottom to make those notches where it stands up on this flat surface. And to me, those pecked out bits on the bottom look like a feather and like a bird shape right here. I'll show. So there's a feather and a bird. It's not really showing up very well there. But it stands up perfect like that. Whoops. And it looks like this little hedgehog or a porcupine. And on this back, this flat side, you can see it even better. It's been carefully pecked and polished. You can see the little peck marks to make these little like I think they were using the porcupine's spines, and so that this was some kind of like an effigy to thank them or like to show reverence. But it's so awesome. It feels so cool. I just recently found this one. This isn't very flat, but see? And then I have water here because I think I found either a piece of moss agate or jade. It just looks, you can tell it more when it's wet. You can see in the, is that cleavage, how it's all translucent. And it's green, and it has these little specks of moss. I just thought that was really pretty. And I found recently this, which I'm told is one of those boiling ball things. It's like a clay ball that they would boil in the water to heat up, or they would heat it in the fire and then put it in the water to heat up the water or something. And then I just wanted to show these other little projectile points. It's so sharp, flat. Flat. can see where it was wrapped here too. It's so sharp, I can still cut with it. I found this. This edge has been beveled. You can see where it was notched at the edges there. And then I found this, which has these notches. There, can you see them? Along the edge here, along this outer edge. And there's tool scrape marks on the back. And it goes to this perfect point. And there's like a dent in it too, where it was like, I don't know what this was used for, but it feels like it was used a lot. But it might also be broken. I don't know what this was, but it feels like it's been pecked all out and smoothed. Totally flat. Looks like this was being like rubbed. Like here was being used to like scrape or polish something. Like it's all really flat and like, and then it's got these, like I can't explain. But if you were to feel it, it has these spots where your finger goes perfectly. So I think this was like some kind of a tool. So heavy. And that last one, the green one I was showing, I'm not sure if you noticed, but there's that little V right here. And my mom was wondering if this was some kind of a weight for precious metals and if that was a symbol of some kind for, and was this being used to like weigh out precious metals because I thought it was a tool of some kind because of how heavy it is and it feels like it's been polished a lot and it has these grooves. So I thought it was being used to like sharpen things or polish. But my mom thinks it was some kind of a weight system for precious metals. That would be really cool if it was. Have a good day.